The 2026 Women's Elite Rugby competition has come to a wrap, but how we got here, there were ups, there were downs, triumphs, heartbreak across the board, but look what it means to all of these players. We are going to have the Legacy Cup coming up, Denver Onyx versus Bay Breakers in just a moment.
To use what I learned, make them look when I serve. I don't sweat, no, I shimmer. I wanna get them hot.
Welcome inside Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado for the 2026 Legacy Cup Final. 11 combined national titles between these two legendary franchises. And tonight, it all comes down to the ultimate championship rubber match between the Bay Breakers and the defending champion, Denver Onyx. Denver has been an absolute juggernaut this season, rolling into tonight with a 9-game winning streak. But the lone blemish on Denver's record all year came back on the opening weekend at the hands of this exact Bay Breakers squad. Bay proved in week 1 that their all-gas, no-breaks offense holds the key to breaking down Denver's powerful system. The Onyx proved in their overtime classic last month that champions always find a way to answer back. I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Darian Lovelace. And Darian, bringing this relentless tempo to beat them. The Legacy Cup is in Denver's hands, and they're going to defend it. The Bay Breakers, what does this rivalry mean?
Because it's storied. I mean, it goes way back, which I think brings some massive emotion, some really big feelings. You talked about the celebration, the heartbreak, and I think that's why players, they want to be the ones that end it with this experience. It's borderline romantic in some opinions, and there's so much passion that I think is already coming into the game, and at this match, they want to fiercely protect it. They want to be the one to get home with some hardware, and that comes with some big moves, I think, that's going to come for two big programs here in the United States.
And we can hear behind us the teams are taking the field. Our kickoff is off in just a second. We'll take a look at our starters for the Onyx. Head coach Sarah Shabbat's squad depth is tested to the limit tonight with key players away on national and club duty. But Denver's lineup is loaded with elite firepower. 23 cap USA Eagle Carly Waters steps in at scrum half, pulling the strings alongside fly half Allie Cunningham. Explosive back Sahir Hamden and top try scorer Ray Parr out wide. Up front, USA veteran Jojo Kitlitzky anchors a formidable pack alongside workhorse flanker and captain Carson Hahn. Supported off the bench by front row powerhouses Laura Levine, Gianna Solomon, and versatile Stanford product Sydney Spud Davis. This Onyx roster has the championship pedigree to keep the machine rolling. What are the keys to the game, Darian?
Biggest thing for the Onyx is they're going to have to connect early, right? You had mentioned about how they're missing a few and lots of changes in the starting lineup. While they travel down to Brazil, they don't want to wait too long to find each other or to attack because the Breakers will find the cracks quickly. They've got to keep mining right, and mining is hard, gritty, dirty work. And if the Onyx want to hold the cup, the crown jewel, if you will, they need to keep finding the work constantly. It has to work for them. They've got to be brilliant and strong. They've got to be gym tough. The Onyx are cut and they're ready, a championship team. And unforgiving, though, is the Breakers side. They'll need to consistently toughen up.
Let's take a look at the visitors. Head coach Hannah Stolbo rolls in tonight with complete trust in her lineup, naming an essentially unchanged 22 after their round 10 win. Front anchor Mona Tupu sets a physical platform alongside workhorse lock and captain Ari Jerkowski. Outside back OBH Bernadelle Hui leads the team in scoring with 57 points, while the dangerous backline pairing of Jade McGrath and former USA Eagle Below Matatonga gives Bay the power to strike from anywhere on the pitch. Off the bench, experienced finishers like Levine and Celine Liumaga are ready to bring heavy second half impact. Those keys for Bay, Darian.
Yeah, they'll have to break the wave. Knowing when to finish the job. This will be a long process, and they'll need to be able to execute when it matters most. drown the attack. Breakers have arguably one of the best launches in the league, but they need to flood any options when Denver is building phases. They're so dynamic. So Breakers will have to dump the bucket, wash Denver's momentum quickly. And they've got to be unpredictable. You can't predict water, and you can't predict a Bay Breakers attack. That's what got them here. It's important to respond quickly when a mate on the team sees a picture and they go for it. Cause isolation, that might go ahead and be the thing that turns them over against the Onyx. They'll have to always and continuously support the ball any chance that they get to go ahead and strike early and strike first.
We are almost set here to go. You can see Denver Onyx down on the pitch in their trademark pink jerseys. Our referee in the center tonight, international superstar Amelia Luciano. She's assisted by Lindsay Oliver and Katie Roth. And our ball tonight was delivered by Lisa Rosen, who has a storied history in rugby. She's been a longtime coach and administrator and coach educator, so appreciate her coming out to make that delivery. Bay Breakers start with the ball off that restart. Some real intent from them right away, Darian. They just put it away.
Yeah, and tried to get themselves out of trouble there early against the Onyx. That put a lot of pressure onto that kickoff. It's a good way to go ahead and kick to clear quickly, efficiently, make it so that the Onyx have to go ahead and show the set piece early and set the tone for the line out. Kitlinski gets set to throw this one in, and we talked about her experience. Experience is going to be key at the set piece, especially in such a technical skill like the line out.
Kitlinski's got 25 caps with the Eagles. 6 tries this year, and most of them will come at the back of the train if they do maul. They're a bit far out for it. Maybe a score right away, but they will try to go to the maul most of the time. It's off the top. It's Waters. Another Eagle on this squad. That's Allie Cunningham at the fly half position. She's been stellar this year. She makes history by just stepping on the pitch today. The first player to play in 2 Legacy Cup matches, one being the runner-up, and then tonight it'll be decided. So she's made a bit of history. She, of course, played with the New York Exiles last year and was a runner-up with them. And she is the leading scorer behind Michaela Wilkins, who's away with the Falcons. She has 92 points, and Allie has 65 points.
Geez, that's a lot of points for some people. I mean, even playing ball, I don't even remember those even coming to mind. So just showing the work rate and the resilience, I think, and how anybody on this field across the board can score. They can be the one to finish the job. Doing it, though, as a team, and that's going to be key, not just for the Onyx, but also for the Breakers.
Well, we have to talk about points. Meg Onen leads with 11 tries. Parr and Wilkins behind her with 8. As Bay Breakers going to put that in deep again. But Chloe Hedlund of the TC Gemini, both her and Meg of the TC Gemini, she had 111 points, so she set a record this year as well. It was 72 with Jetta Owens last year of the Exiles. So we could see some more records, but we'd have to see a lot of points for Al Cunningham today. But Breakers, a couple of kicks get them started. They really want to push those backs. That back triangle back to the Onyx, but now up front ball, this is what we're used to seeing for the Bay, and a big penalty comes in.
And you can hear the crowd knows that that's a momentum shift right now, kind of trying to rally behind the Onyx here as they commit the first penalty here on their home field, already showing that the Bay Breakers are exceptionally smart whenever they get into the breakdown. They're also going to put the pressure on whenever they got the ball, and this will be their first chance at the line out that we've seen after the Onyx had a stellar one here at the first part of the match.
And our fly half for the Bay Breakers, Laura Bosick, 24 years of age out of Martinez, California. She's got 10 appointments this year. And she's perfect on the 26th season. She's got 50 points. She is the Bay leading scorer. It's a good line out off the top. Tupu plays a little scrum half, and they're going to push it out wide to Satini. Satini has been an absolute electric player for the Bay Breakers, and there's OBH playing that fullback position. It's into Jake McGrath's hands. Hahn is over it, but maybe off the feet. Yep, there goes the call. Bay Breakers are off to the races. Here's Tuku Afu, another Eagle, fresh back from South African duties with the United States. And there's below Mai Taitoga, another Eagle for this Bay Breakers side. They're going to try to use this short channel. Cordero hits them inside the 5. This is dangerous for the Bay Breakers early. This is that all gas, no brakes mentality that they've had all year. As Denver turn this over. Looks like they have. Denver snipes this one away. An early red zone takeaway. Almost unheard of. The Bay Breakers have a 47% red zone conversion. They have visited 17 times. They're only bested by Denver, who visits 18 times and has a 45% conversion. It's deep for Cunningham, so she'll have to put the foot into it. And OBH shows some spectacular skill. She wants to put the boot in. Cunningham is underneath it, though. Look at this. Cunningham's into the open. She does have a chaser, but Cunningham could add to her tally. Another try for Allie Cunningham would be the perfect start for the runner-up last year, and the Denver Onyx are first to score in the 2026 Legacy Cup.
And the crowd loved that one, and so does the sideline. The Pink Pony Club is already on their seats after Cunningham just instantly picked that one up. It didn't look that was what we were expecting at all. The Breakers played a lot of rugby down here in the 22. Right here, OBH calls for the chip kick over there, but she had space, had numbers on the outside, and Cunningham keeps eyes on the ball. She gets underneath it, and then from there just isn't able to get tackled by the Breakers. Chase comes. It's one of the first long breaks that we've seen, and Cunningham, she's played sevens as well. She knows how to finish the job. She's been a little bit contained, I think, at that fly half position.
Yeah, tight right in there. And she will also convert. Our ARs put their flags up. We have to take another look.
I mean, how could you not? That could arguably, no matter what the score is, that could arguably be the try of the match here. Just individual eyes up effort that came in from Cunningham there. But this is the part that's key, right? The determination to finish it, the passion. She's giving everything that she has. She knows that the Breakers are swarming over the top, and she still finds a way to finish the job. Instantly responding off of that, and they love a try between the sticks.
They absolutely do. And so Onyx get off to the perfect start here. 7-0 over the visiting Bay Breakers. We, of course, have seen them play twice this year. In the first match, the Bay Breakers got the best of Denver, winning 36-19 all the way back on May 2nd, excuse me. But then that overtime thriller was one to not miss on July 12th. Denver 38, Bay 33, and Kayla Wilkins, the Gold Girl, scoring in that double overtime. There was an overtime before that. Oglesby just snatches the ball away. And now it's a bit loose. And a knock on, so we'll have a Bay scrum.
And the first one of the match, which is exciting stuff. I don't know if you like it. I do. As a back row player, that's because I'm not in the type 5. But I think that this set piece really goes to show, I mean, the domination that not only sits on the Breaker side, but also on the Onyx, right? I mean, you've got some serious skill up there with Cooper Vogel and Tupou, but up there you've got Oglesby, you've got Kitlinski, and you've got Decker the Wrecker on the Onyx. I mean, the demolition that happens at front row, we'll see how they measure up, but this really is going to be key throughout the 15th match.
Nice steady platform, the Breakers. They've got 100% scrum retention across the season. Loose ball from OBH. It's going to be scrum advantage to Denver Onyx. Carly Waters content with slow ball. Just dumped off to that forward pod. Do have a Denver player down behind play. Slow to get up, but Waters will continue. Gets it into Erica's hands, another USA Eagle. 20 caps with the United States. Also back from that South African squad where they split the series with the 10th ranked, and a big bust through the middle. It's Caroline Bullock. She's got 15 points on the season. She's been just electric from that lock position. 12 appearances for her this year. Gets it off to Bailey. 6 caps for the USA Eagle. Pina Bailey. Look at this, Denver attacking again. They do break the gain line 55% of the time, which is a fantastic stat. So meaning that they get past the tackler. They're able to get past that offsides line, but a penalty comes in and Breakers steal that one away.
And it's gut-wrenching stuff that comes in for the Onyx. You can hear them getting behind now. I mean, it's hard to kind of tell what they're cheering for, right? Both sides of the ball, I think, are really loud, and they're communicating well. But the Breakers getting out of trouble here, they're not going to have too many opportunities down and send. So we talked earlier about how whenever they do get those moments and picture sets up, they have to make it work. It's going to be crucial for them when they find it. And the Onyx, I mean, they know exactly how to play the phases. It's just going to be kind of a back-and-forth ball game, I think, especially at the beginning.
Lineout has been a pretty steady platform for Bay, 83% retention. And of course, that has just gone down. No, it's come back to the Breakers. Looks like Denver Onyx got their hands on it. There's Emily Nilsson. Busting through now, the fly half, Laura Bosick. But now loose ball, Denver takes over, and this is broken play. Hamdan puts it behind. OBH tries to throw up the leg. Can't quite stop it, so she'll be under some pressure. She gets around 1 and 2. It's fantastic work from OBH. But the penalty, it's a breakdown masterclass from Kitlinski.
And Kitlinski loves a turnover. Loves a turnover. You want to see Kitlinski go ahead and have the jaw hit the ground. It's after a turnover like that, especially at a key moment, right? The attack seemed like they might have started to get the momentum there, and then killing it at ruck time had the support of Brown coming in to really anchor that ball down and get the turnover. And that's a good individual or a double team effort by both the Onyx players. They boot themselves even further down, get themselves closer and closer to that try line, and you couldn't ask for anything better.
And this is where they're really lethal. You may see them all. Did have some interview time with Shabbat yesterday, and she said, we're not afraid to surprise people, so don't try to predict, right? That's rule number 1 as the commentators. Don't predict. But could we see them all here, or are we going to see something else? There is a bit of movement. It comes down, and they do go for them all. So you'll see Kitlinski latch onto the back there, and they'll move that ball back to her. It's a nice little drive. It's just building methodically here. Now comes the power for the Onyx. You can see Kitlinski in there at the back. And actually the ball's on Oglesby, and it's off to the side. And going to be turned over. That's a win for the defense.
That's a serious win by the defense there. We saw the momentum slowly start to inch its way there to the try line, and then they're not able to do it. They're connected well at this point, right? The momentum is going, but the ball gets bottled up there at the middle. It doesn't get worked back to Kitlinski. Kitlinski tries to get into that space, but it's the work rate that comes in from, I believe that's Nelson, who gets the arms in there, and they get flung around, or excuse me, that might have been Thomas, and it's good turnover for the Breakers.
So Denver's taken one away on their own 5. They took it away from Bay, and now Bay has done just the same. So it's a little 1-for-1. And that is a rare occurrence. We did talk with Charlie Jacoby. We had her on a couple times, and just a fantastic person to be on the broadcast with us, Darian. But she was talking about, and I made a comment that, you know, if the shoulders are deep in, you can't see the shoulders anymore. We've got a problem at the back of the mall. I think we just saw that again.
Yeah, you have a massive problem if you don't know where the ball is. That's for sure, in any situation.
We've got a player down, Roxelle Thomas, receiving a bit of attention. One more games, concert and nights out. Scan the QR code and join Do More. You can see Thomas just receiving some attention down there from athletic trainer Mary Swanstrom. Now she comes over to the scrum. Seven to 0 our score. Denver scored first. 10 minutes gone in the 2026 Legacy Cup final. Got 70 minutes to go. We're looking at the socials for WER across the board. There's some fantastic looks back at the last couple of years. They've been barn burner finals. It's back and forth scoring. Bay gets a little bit of offensive push there. Toss will take it off the back. She's got great support, but it bounced out. Handan picks it up. Loose ball for the Denver Onyx. Thomas is down as well behind the play. She just received some attention now. The Denver Onyx are knocking on the door. Taking it in short. The flanker. They'll reload again, the Onyx. They go to Kitlinski. Kitlinski for the line, and JoJo will add her name to the score for the Denver Onyx. It's 2 on the board.
Oh, we love Moto JoJo. We love that. JoJo too, especially for her to get rewarded off of a team try there. And it came off of a mishandling on the deck by the Breakers. We'll take another look here. Set up by Thomas. They work to get to the center of the pitch, which is kind of risky business, right? It's a hard kick for you to be able to kick out of bounds there. And then the other issues too is the isolation, right? Thomas takes hands off of the ball for just a second. Hamden starts the momentum, right? The shifts for the Onyx, and from there they go ahead and just get to work grinding it out. Really, the support gets over the top there, and then it's just a good latch drive over Kitlinski to get the try.
And they're making these kicks easy for Cunningham. She just ticks up her tally. That's 2 conversions for her, and Bay Breakers have had their opportunities, but Denver, where sometimes we've seen them a little bit up and down, haven't always taken advantage of those opportunities, but tonight, taking advantage of all of them.
Yeah, and I think that the Breakers are giving them too many, right?
Yeah,
There's been a lot of mistakes that they've had early on in this match. You just said 13 minutes gone, and right now things seem a bit flat for the Breakers. Earlier, we saw them a beautiful line break. They nearly get in.
Yeah.
Then unfortunately, they're just not able to execute it. An error kind of goes off in a brilliant try. But now the Breakers have to find a way to get back together, right? They got to navigate through the rough waters, or else it's going to be a really long game for them.
That kick a bit overcooked, and it will go into touch. So we'll have a Denver Onyx line out.
Line out to the Onyx. I'm sure Jojo Kibuchi will handle the throw in.
Denver goes long with it. Going to need an overthrow, so Nelson is going to scoop it up. Gets them really good leg drive, gets them inside the 7 meters. Now Cordero, a quiet workhorse. Naya Cordero, 23 years of age. She's got 5 points on the year. 10 appointments for her. Good season. Started with A last year. A little bit stalled here on that 5-meter bay. We're here in the first minutes of this Open Legacy Cup final. Need to try to turn this into points if they can. You can see them getting organized. That's Hope Cooper at the back. You can see Waters on the edge asking for a bit of support as they start to really get this forward momentum rolling. It's pick and go. Trying to get over the line. It's Jerkowski, the captain. It's going to be held up, and it's another takeaway.
They just made it too hard on themselves, right? Pick and go. They really made it easy for the Onyx to get set on defense. We'll take another look here, right? Just not giving themselves any other option besides this one alone, right? The defense get low, they get underneath, and they have good body height. It's really easy to go ahead and defend this, and Jerkowski tries their best, but even then, body height is a bit high there.
We're going to come back. There was a penalty. We do have a Denver play down receiving some attention as well, so it is a Bay Breakers penalty. Amelia gave a warning. So now Denver Onyx are underneath the warning.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. That's not a good look if you're down in this end already. Luciano's going to go ahead and find the center stage, if you will. And so they're going to elect for that center scrum.
Ooh, I like this choice from the Bay Breakers. They generally control this platform, but you know Denver's watch film. They've prepped this moment. We'll have to see how this goes.
Yeah, and especially as a player during this at peacetime, you're visualizing so much that goes through your brain, not just the set pieces at the back run, but also just individual efforts, right? Jade McGrath, if she gets ball in hand, they're going to go forward. It's a matter of how are they going to finish the job to go ahead and get some points on the board.
A big moment in this match. They're behind by 2. 14 points on the board for Denver. Bay needs to strike now. It goes to McGrath and now OBH. But it's well defended by Slaughter. They'll go again to Thomas. Look at that. Wrecker. Decker pushing them back. Quick ball to McGrath on the scoot. Slow ball now for Breakers. Have to dig it out. They'll go to that right side. It's into Vogel's hands. What can they do here? They've had one takeaway and just were saved by a penalty just a moment ago. OBH just gets demolished there. Now they go to the outside. It's Bosick on the edge, and Bosick gets one down. She adds to her tally. 55 points for that young player.
With OBH, you've got to wait until you see the ball because she's so sneaky, so mischievous whenever she's got the ball in hand there, keeping the ball alive even after a massive wave of Onyx defense came up in the face. We'll take another look here. This was set up by the forwards, and then from there, the Breakers start to widen it up a bit, starting to look up and find the space. They do well here. OBH sticks it right to the line, takes in a double hit, but it's the support that comes around to the right-hand side. That beautiful offload that comes in from Cooper, and then the support floods through Bosick, and right away we got ourselves right back in the thick of it with the Breakers here. Took them a bit to kind of wake up, but I think now they're really starting to connect and they're starting to find each other.
They need to score there to have another takeaway, or to have something happen to where maybe Denver gets another piece of momentum. Would be tough. OBH from the corner. Oh, it's got great strike. It's not going to have quite distance there, but it's a great attempt.
I love how even in the States you could hear somebody say, wow, because it really did look like such a brilliant strike, right? But that's the importance of making sure that you dot it down in the middle, right? It makes the conversion that much easier. So it's going to be key anytime that scored that they've got to go ahead and get it in the center.
So ball will come back to the Bay Breakers. We talked a bit about Denver at the top of the hour. At the Open, Denver does have the absence of a bunch of players. They've got 5 of the Falcons. That kick is going to be just uncooked a little bit. They've got 5 away with the Falcons, and then they've got a bunch of players at Club 7s as well, and then a couple that are unavailable. So technically they're playing with about 5 of their starters aren't here, and then 2 of their on-call players are at 7s, and then a starter potentially that would be away. And, you know, so there is some impact that we've seen to this roster for Denver. We've had players have to step up to different positions.
Yeah, there's so much rugby going on this weekend, and just in general, as you said, the USA Falcons are down in Brazil. There's easy ways to watch them. Club 7s is also going on, easy ways to watch that. And now this as well, you know, and this is what it's really all about, giving these players a platform where they can showcase what the best American rugby looks like here in the country.
Bay Breakers with scrum at the 50. Gonna give it a little shove. They were big in round 10 against the TC Gemini, getting a lot of penalties and just demolishing their scrum. There's Maitai Tonga getting through. Found a little gap, but under a bit of pressure, Denver really ramping up their defensive line. Got some dummy runners there. It is up into Nelson's hand. She meets Decker and Bullock. Nice little short ball, trying to find Grath into some space. Coming at pace. It's a loose ball though. Slaughter all over it. Snags it for the Onyx. And Kitlinski takes it even further. We do have a poach attempt for the Breakers. And it's golden.
Oh, and the Onyx don't like that one there. We hear a lot of disgruntled fans here in the crowd off of that poach. But there for Korea, I mean, it's all about giving the referee the most clear picture, right? And Korea was just at the point where she was able to get that low body height. It was questionable, but still it could work in her favor there. And so they rewarded it to Korea. She's won the body height at that point, and she anchors herself so well to give that clear picture, and it gets them out of trouble here and over the 50, and hopefully gets them closer and closer to that try zone.
Hope Cooper with the throwing duties tonight. She's got 1 cap for the Eagles, 2 tries this year. Lots of movement, but it's an overthrow again. Nelson just seems to find all those holes. Now Tupu takes it into contact. Big hit off the ball by Ericke. But Breakers on the front foot here. McGrath tries to find some space on the outside to OBH. Now they'll reverse directions. It's into Thomas. Now a great pickup, finding some space to Kafu. Finds a great little seam. They've got tons of space here on the left. Ball's open, said the referee, and Denver will take this one away. And they get the penalty as well.
And I was just thinking, if you're in that situation where you've had 2 really good line breaks, right, you've got the momentum going in your favor, and then frustration, it instantly sets in. As we take another look at this penalty, right, we see it there. They just come in from the side, not through the gate. It's not a fair contest. It's deemed unsafe. And so we're going to go ahead and have it the Onyx kick for touch here, and they'll have a line out at the 40.
We'll have a line out here. We'll get you water first.
Some ball kids helping us out tonight. Some youngsters on the sideline. They get the opportunity to see women's professional rugby. Always an exciting time. O'Neill's Sportswear, the official kit provider of women's elite rugby. The kit has been pretty sweet this year, Darian.
You know, I am a big fan of some really good kit, and I've got to say, I was seriously impressed whenever they rolled out with the new kits this year. Super impressed stuff, and I think that they're good quality as well.
Space. Okay, we need to work harder.
Destination Sport is proud to be the official travel provider of women's elite rugby.
On this one too, but they pass it out wide.
CFO Squad, accounting and consulting services provider for women's elite rugby. Thank all of our sponsors this year. They make it happen. They make it real. You know, and as we have had some turbulent waters on and off the field for the women's elite rugby this year, USA Rugby, the national governing body, has implemented policy allowing only AFAB athletes to compete in women's division. As a sanctioned professional league, WER is required to follow this policy to protect our players' access to the national team, Olympic pathways, and insurance protections. While WER leadership does not agree with the policy, following it was necessary to maintain sanction status and ensure the league's long-term viability. This whole season has been played with a deep sense of gratitude, but also with heavy hearts for the teammates and friends who are not on the pitch with us. And we've seen that all season. The players, the tape they've been wearing, they've been coming out with flags. We want to support our sisters that can't be here with us because rugby is the most inclusive sport.
And I think that the support is ringing extremely loud for these players as to what they want, but legally it is extremely binding and it's limiting for us as well. So just being able to demonstrate the support, just ensuring that people are going and they're taking the legal routes right, making sure that you show up, making sure that you're being a part of the conversation, right? There's no use in talking about it unless you be about it here. So I think that the action really needs to come throughout the time that we're kind of stuck in this situation here, because the players are behind it 100%. The administration is as far as WER goes, but again, it's just extremely limiting based off of where we're at politically. And I think that, you know, the understanding has to kind of go both ways, where WER, I mean, the biggest thing that they're trying to show is just brilliant women's rugby here in the States.
That's right. Women's rugby is on the rise. Women's sports is on the rise. We want to do it with everybody we can. But Denver on the strike here. It was a good line out. That water break came and went really quickly, so that means first quarter is done here. Hamdan finds another gap, gets out to Slaughter. Slaughter is lethal on the edge, and you see why right here. Extremely physical player. He's always good for meters after contact, and you can see there she took 15 meters herself. Stepping into that first roll is Lolly. Lolly's been a breakout star. Kiana, 27 years of age, out of Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Waters is going to bring it to that right side again. She's got Hamdan finding a little gap. It was backs on forward. And Sam here, Hamdan is going to get in for the Denver Onyx, their third try of this match.
Right after the hydration break, they instantly get to work there, and it's just by the individual effort by Hamdan. There we just see beautiful ball movement that goes into the dangerous hands of Broughton. She just is able to go ahead, and as you said, she gets more than enough meters even after the point of contact, right? It forces the breakers on the back foot here, and then from there they just have beautiful ball movement. Hamdan sees that they don't respect the spacing there at the defensive line, and just a beautiful step off of the right hand foot, slices through, and then the straightening run, and the Onyx fans are really rallying behind the home team.
They are. You can see the Pink Pony Club. We see it all around the Infinity Park tonight. Allie Cunningham, it's a rare miss from her. So that'll bring our score 19-5. But we were just saying 20 minutes gone this one, now 22. And Onyx really putting a statement on that one, that week one win by the Bay Breakers seems far off in the distance now. Even the overtime loss maybe coming back to haunt the Breakers a little bit. They got out really fast in that game, then Denver had to come roaring back, and now Bay finds himself in a similar position.
Breakers right now just need to get on the same wavelength. I think that it's been a struggle for them to get that extra piece right, and we talked earlier about how if they don't find it and if they move it away from the pressure area and find the space, then the Onyx are going to make them pay for it. And it's going to be individual effort.
And it's individual effort there by Mai Tai Tonga going up and grabbing that. She's fresh from the PWR, playing with Lipro into the WER. A couple of players have come over. Tubu also back from the Super W for the Bay Breakers, so they welcomed those international players back into the fold. And Mai Tai Tonga coming and making such an impact. Chukwuafu gets it off to Jerkowski, and now it's Nelson. Nelson has been full of breaks tonight, finding holes where they shouldn't be and exploiting them left and right. A little bit slower ball. Jerkowski will take it from there.
And this is when I think that the breakers start to lack a little bit, is how they're slowing it down, right? It even feels like the energy's a little bit flat. The attack gets fatter. And so they're cutting off a lot of options there. It's going to take a serious bit to go ahead and turn behind. I think OBH, she tries to shake it through. It rolls into touch right in front of that try zone, right? So we win the territory battle for the breakers. It pins them down 95 meters away from their try zone. But ultimately, I think the breakers, they want and they need to score.
Yeah, I think we've had some opportunity been taken away by Denver. Their defense tonight has been brilliant, but I like this choice by OBH to put it in the corner, and now they've got to work their way out. Denver, like you said, back on their own 5, and they'll go to Kidlinski. Kidlinski, it's just a safe throw, no contest from the Bay Breakers, so it doesn't have to be straight. And coming through center, Carson Hahn, the vice captain tonight. Waters will get them going in that left direction. And now Water will dump it back for Cunningham. She's got quite boot on her. This one stays in, so Mai Tai Tonga snags it first. She gets it over to OBH. They've got numbers here. Now they'll go through the hands. McGrath fancies a go at it. We did see Lauren Rode in the audience, and Malachi, their son. We know we've got some fans of the family home. Now look at this work. It's in Carrillo's hands. She's fantastic to stay bound. Slaughter tries to drag her out. The Bay Breakers stay alive. Inside the 22 again. OBH meets a brick wall. And Eriki. They'll go left again, trying to exploit that tight panel. Tukuafu finds Thomas. They'll go again. It's the scoot. It's behind back. I love it. The option there, but it was well read by Denver. Now finding the ball again is Denver. Cunningham puts up a tall one. Mai Tai Tonga underneath it one more time. She's got a goosey. Slaughter, though, is over it. She can't get her paws on it. And they'll reload again. It's into Cooper's hands. Bay Breakers having a bit more time with ball in hand, but going backwards now. Nelson again. Meets Decker and then Oglesby. They try to go wide with it to Cooper. Now to Satini. That one may be forward, but we play on. It's to the flank's hands. Just caught from behind by Parr. Counter rush from Denver. They've taken it away one more time. This will be an area of frustration for head coach Hannah Stolba. It's not something they've allowed all season long. They've been deadly in the red zone. Their accuracy, sometimes in the 52nd percentile, which is unheard of at this level of rugby. Waters will get it back to Cunningham one more time, and she'll put a boot to it this time. Safely sails it off into touch.
Again, we see the breakers struggling to find that extra bit of effort there whenever it matters most, and that's whenever they get into their green zone, right? This is their opportunity to score, and they know how to do it. I think that the struggle, again, is them just not using the space, right? And they're also not, they're killing their own momentum by slowing down the ball. And whenever you've got momentum like that, it's all about speed, but it's also about accuracy and making the right decisions. I just think that the breakers right now are struggling to find each other, and the Onyx are so quick over that ball. They're so fast to respond, and I think it really puts a dent continuously in the attack of the breakers.
Yeah, it feels like they've lost the gas pedal. We're almost pumping the brakes, is what it feels like, and they've got to find that gas pedal that's done so well for them all season long. They scored 416 points. We've got a Bay Breaker player down in backfield, so receiving some attention. It's tough for us to see who that is. O'Neill's Sportswear, the official kit provider of women's elite rugby. You Can Play is a proud partner with women's elite rugby to help ensure rugby a place where everyone belongs. Learn how to make your club more inclusive at youcanplay.org.
Looks like Cordero is going to go ahead and have a seat. 26 minutes in, and the flanker is being carried off the field here.
That's a big loss. She's a really strong player for them. She's been captain most of the season as well. Just taking it over tonight, Jerkowski. But a maul here for the Bay Breakers, not getting too much ground. Now it gets some momentum behind it. You can see the long arms of Van Dyke trying to get in there. Now they pull it out. Short ball for McGrath, trying to find space for Satini. But the centers for Denver have just shut that channel down completely. They want to go fast here. Tupu, gonna bounce one. Finally brought down. Can have a jacker in there, so McGrath will take it herself. A little bit isolated, needs some support. Does finally come. Maitongo will play some scrum half. Bose finds Cooper. Carrillo seals this one away. Tukufu does have a little bit of pressure from Slaughter, so she'll slide out to Tupu again. Bay Breakers, another takeaway, loose ball. It's going to be scrum advantage, so I think we'll come back here. You can hear the crowd. Yeah, we'll come back for a Denver Onyx scrum. This is unlike anything we've seen all season.
Well, and the Breakers know how to move the ball wide. They've got some dangerous players that are waiting out there on the sideline, right? But they choose to take it right into the guts of the Onyx defense. And right there, we just see anytime that they go into contact high, they have tools to be able to strip the ball away, right? They don't need any reason to be able to take the ball out of hands there. And so the Breakers now having to add on another bit of pressure. They're going to have to drop the body height significantly, and they're getting pummeled. So they're going to have to move the ball a little bit quicker. They have the ability to do it. It's just a matter of finding it and trusting each other to get the job done.
Luciana will just stand this one up and we'll have a reset.
Okay. I just need a little scare. You're good, just keep holding your weight back.
So much experience in these front rows, the 6 players across the front. Most of these players have played club ball, played in college as well, and spent a long time.
That's okay.
You can see our time is off, so someone's gonna need some attention here. But in the front row, we've got for Denver, Evie Oglesby, 28 years of age, played with the Grey Wolves, Colorado School of Mines. Jojo Kinski, we talked a lot about her. She's played across the board, USA starting in 2015. The Barbarian, she played in the PWR with the Sale Sharks and Exeter. And then Sheila Dicker-Recker, she's got 19 appearances on the season. Started with the Mountaineers in 2010, played at Burlington and with Colorado Grey Wolves. And when you look across the path, Mona Tupu played in the Super W most recently with the Brumbies, Life West, East Palo Alto. Had some time with the USA 2023 and the under 20s. Hope Cooper, also a collegiate All-American at UC Berkeley and played with the All Blues. And Abby Vogel, so much experience for her. She's played in New Zealand with the Auckland Thunder, played in Japan with the Pearls. It's a loose ball for Denver, but this player is so experienced in that scrum, so we're seeing such a stable platform across the board. And look at that, Slaughter gets them outside 22. Such a strong runner. Nice offload there. It's going to put Bailey into some open space. Bailey can be quite deceptive with their feet. She hits them across the 50-meter line. They'll go quickly to that left side. There's tons of open space over there. Pass not quite to hand where they would have wanted it. So another knock-on saved on that one because some momentum was building for Denver.
Oh, they're really having something safe and sturdy in the back pocket in that KB Slaughter, right? The ability to kind of work the magic there, getting those extra meters. Even though the pressure was on at scrum time for the Breakers, they were winning at the point of contact. They turned the scrum there. But those hope savers for the Onyx are really what's kind of setting them apart a bit. And those dangerous players that are on the Breakers, we just haven't seen them in open space very often. And it's just unfortunate for them because right now they need Omen. They need somebody to light the spark. They need a McGrath to break the line. You know, they need an OBH. They need those people to kind of rally and do the job.
It'll be a Bay Breakers line out. 30th minute of this match. The last score we had was at the 21st minute. It was Denver's third try. You can see they're leading 19-5. Waters is going to slide out and just add another defender to that back line. They go straight up the gut again, and it's another knock-on. See Hamdan, big hit from her. She's been just such a strong player all season long. It's the heart of that back line for the Onyx.
And it really, I mean, it gave a big smash there at the line. But I'm going to be honest, just sitting up here, seeing it from the bird's eye view, I saw McGrath and OBH both look at each other, smile and nod, and I think now they're here and they're ready to rally, right? Sometimes you need somebody to come up and smack the snot out of you to realize I need to get my head back in the game. I think that that's what they're going to have to buy back into, right? Because right now we are seeing the Onyx come up and just smash them at the line. They've got to find ways to let the ball do the work.
Yeah, Denver's definitely shut down the offload game for Bay, and nobody's really kind of done that this season. Bay's been free to offload with impunity, but now it's scrum. Center pitch, we've got split backs for the Denver Onyx. Here comes the Bay Breaker, though. It's not a lot of pressure. Bailey will take it off the back. It's Waters to Cunningham. Really quick ball to the fullback. OT wheel. She gets through. OBH manages to drag down, but Cunningham's going to go in for a second try tonight. She continues to be just that linchpin at the fly half and stepping up when the Denver Onyx need her.
Lots of pink here in the stands that are up on their feet as we are playing in Glendale. The home crowd here for the Onyx, they love it, but really this is just simple pin and pass, right? Selfless runs that kind of come through. Beautiful draw in on the defenders there, and then Cunningham runs a beautiful straight up line right through off of Otiwell. And then it should go ahead, and like you said, he's just the linchpin, right? He was the first one to go ahead and break the mold in the first half, the first one to kind of switch the waters a little bit against the Breakers, and from now they just keep on putting the pressure onto them. And you know, halftime is creeping slowly towards them. They're gonna have a lot to chat about in the halftime locker room.
Oh, Cunningham just pulls that one a bit wide. You're right, I think this halftime chat is gonna be really important for the Breakers. And I talked with Hannah yesterday about, you know, both these teams have values, and you know, they set those at the beginning of the season, and one of them for Denver was grit, and then the one that I think is probably the most important for the Breakers, they have a bunch of them, it's that community aspect. They have a Tasty Tuesday where after training, somebody cooks for the team, they all eat together, they're building a culture of that community, they're sort of spread out, right? And I think we need to get back to that center now. We need to get back to the heart of the Bay Breakers and how they play.
They need to go ahead and decide on who's going to go ahead and do the Tasty Tuesday. And also, it would be nice to celebrate a Tasty Tuesday with a giant bit of hardware. They're sitting right in center table, which is Legacy Cup. And I think that right now the Breakers aren't happy with the performance, right? You're an elite level side, and that struggle really is going to go ahead, and it's going to haunt you here for the first half. The question is that for the second half, is it going to be enough to kind of cut the deficit? Even if they do rally and they do come back and they make the changes, is there going to be enough time, right? A whole half now has kind of gone past them. And so the Onyx consistently, I mean, these errors, anytime that they get them, they force a bit more scoring. And that error where they just kicked it out of bounds there and gave it right back to the Onyx, it's just not something that you want for the Breakers.
And you have to wonder when both of these coaches are going to go to the bench, because they've both got just rock stars sitting there. For the Denver Onyx, you got the 20 appearances for Gianna Solomon, 19 appearances for Laura Levine, 19 appearances for the transfer Rachel Harvey. She could go there. And then you've got just the same on the bench. You've seen Shelby Lynn come off the bench, and fantastic for the Bay Breakers. Laura Thack has the most tries for Bay. And then, of course, when is Opara going to come in for the Bay Breakers? When is she going to come rock some stuff, right? But we've still got some time to go in this first half. And Denver back at it again. Driven back just a bit. Hamden taking it up into contact. Now it's Oglesby. You can see Celine Liumaga on the pitch for the Bay Breakers. So we did have a substitution. So an early substitution for the Breakers, and fresh legs on in the form of the 27-year-old from Federal Way, Washington. 17 appearances this year, 4 tries. Played with Life West, WAC, Seattle, and Peaks Academy. She's a hospital assistant by day, rugby player by night. Cunningham gets the penalty, and they're going to push this one into touch. Cunningham a little bit conservative there. We'll get him a line out. 30 meters.
And I love that, you know, a lot of these players, they are having to have jobs outside of this league, right? We're getting on our way to being fully professional, right, and sustainable. It's slowly coming. And, I mean, you look back on where we were at 30 years and alone, we've made so much progress here as far as women's rugby go, and demonstrating what can be shown. But these players, right, they're not just here to play some really good rugby. They're also here to give back to the community. And I think a lot of them kind of stand on that, where the Onyx right now, I think, are really feeding off of their home crowd. Anytime that they do something, they hear it, they they know that they've got it behind them, and it changes the game.
Tupu just laid Parr down, but we saw a difference in the maul there. They went to the maul, but quickly Hahn peeled it off the back, and here's the attack for the Onyx. Bailey stepping in front of Cunningham. Now the offload. Finding it to the outside center, Lully. Penalty. Offsides the call. Choice here for the Onyx.
Waters is absolutely brilliant whenever she knows that there might be an opposing mate on the other side, right on her side, and just being patient, knowing when to go ahead and throw that one to, again, give the picture that the referee needs to see, which is that right there. They got caught in the offside position there. That was Satini. As we take another look here. So we see the phases starting to build, right? Bailey has a beautiful run off. It's a nice run through and some good interplay. And right there, she just sees that she's a bit slow, right, to get back. Waters make perfect eye contact with that knee. It's kind of funny how I feel like scrum halves, they like know you better than you know yourself. Like they know what your kneecaps even look like. Right. And she probably looked up and was like, Satini's not a part of the squad.
Those are my kneecaps.
Those are my kneecaps.
My team kneecap.
Yeah.
Cunningham puts in a penalty goal. So Denver building, she pulled it there. So we're gonna come up for the 22-meter drop. Apologize, I thought I saw the flags go up. So a miss there from Cunningham.
Just make sure we're behind the kicker, guys.
So Bay Breakers will get a restart. It'll be a drop kick to restart. So if you're new to rugby, it does need to touch the ground before it comes across.
On the line. You just have to kick it anywhere behind.
This looks like it might have just veered left a little bit.
Make sure we're behind.
We're not trying to get distracted, but somebody did just walk right by us with like
bunch of
16,
snow cones.
12 to 16 snow cones.
Didn't give us any.
Rude.
Another big hurry up for Hamdan. Steal for the Breakers, but I think Bailey almost got her hands on it. No, it does stay with Bay. Need to get something going here, but take it away one more time. I've never said that so many times in a Bay Breakers game. This is just so unlike them. And Denver is just relishing all these chances. As Van Dyke gets a break, she gets off to her co-lock, Carolyn Bullock. Now look at this, numbers for days on the outside. Gets it out to Parr. Parr has 8 tries on the season, hunting for a 9th. And can she catch Meg Annan, who has 11 tries from the TC Gemini? I know she'd like to do that record, but Bay steal this one back. That's a critical steal from the Breakers. At this point, they've just got to keep Onyx out of the red zone and the scoring opportunities.
They got to keep out of the rucks with the Onyx is really what it is, if we can be completely frank, right? We're seeing them lose the ball at the point of contact, right? They're not winning the collisions, which is setting them back. It's leading to them being under pressure whenever they've got the ball, and their body's on the ground, right? And they're losing it. And the Onyx just keep on making them pay for it. They want to continue to play. They want to catch them off guard here. So real issue right now with the Breakers is just their improper ball placement. As soon as they get hit, the after parts of the collision aren't clicking for them. And I mean, just prime real estate. Onyx are like, keep on, run it into us. We're going to tackle you. There's a 50-50 shot. You lose it on the ground, and it's worth the risk for them to take. Breakers have to work now to protect the ball.
Line out goes through 2 hands, but does end up with Breakers. Bosek's going to pin just a little pooch kick behind. Cunningham will cover well. She's caught from behind from McGrath. Do have a poacher in there, I think. Yes, the steal is on, but oh, it's ripped out of her hands. It's Slaughter who takes it back. Now into Kitlinski. Tupu thought about driving her into the deck, but controlled that tackle. Now they'll go to the left side, the Denver Onyx. Dying moments of this first half of the 2026 Legacy Cup. Onyx on top 24-5. Can they get one more? They've already got 4 tries on the board to Denver's sole try. Nice little under and over line. Carrillo and Slaughter, it's going to be a jump ball. But offsides the call from Luciano, so it'll stay with the Onyx.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it there, but Satini right off that one. It was a beautiful run up, but she needed to get that one extra step back. We'll take a look here. Satini's at the bottom of your screen as we see her try and come up into the face off of Kitlinski. She's the one that gets called on the offside, right? And it's just unfortunate after Carrillo put on quite the valiant, brave effort to try and get that ball.
And it's a great kick by Cunningham. Look at that. They've switched the fields. Now Kitlinski's going to line out on the 10-meter line.
You gotta
The
get
lampshade hat. Yeah.
I need one of those lampshade hats. It's
He's up in the crowd.
important.
Yeah, we can see him across the
Wherever
way.
you are, lampshade man, I will find you, and I will barter with you to get that hat.
You need it in purple, though. Impartial.
Impartial, that's right. The pink and the blue make the purple.
Big overthrow by Kotlinski. Not something we normally see from her, and the Breakers take this one away. They're going to play from their own end. Oh, no, off the foot of OBH, and it's snagged by the Onyx, and now they're knocking on the door. 10 meters out, it's into Bailey's hands. She drives the line. Brought to the deck by the Breakers, and they get the steal here. They take it away again. They have had their moments in the red zone. The Breakers have really done well under pressure.
They've done well under pressure, but they've also struggled, and they've created their own pressure throughout the game, right? Putting themselves under a lot to make sure that it's perfect. And you don't want to put yourself under pressure down in the red zone unless you're sure that there is a monumental amount of space, right? More than the guy, more meters than what the guy has on, like, those little tangly things that are on the lampshade man's hat, right?
Yeah.
But you have to make sure that it's sure.
Right.
And right there, they were unsure with it. And that's why the ball didn't go to hand. These decisions, especially when you're in that red zone, you have to be sure, and you can't risk.
Breakers, we're at the 40th minute. Luciana has the watch, so she'll let us know when time is up in this first half of the Legacy Cup. It's a big overthrow. It's 1-for-1. Both of them have done it now. Kotlinski scoops it up on the run. Onyx knocking on the door one more time. The ball did look like it's come loose. Yeah, now the Breakers have taken it away, so they've stolen it away from Onyx. They'd have to go 90 meters to score from this part. We've seen them do it before. They're going to go to Mai Tai Tonga on the edge. He's got Parr, the experience of Parr. Look at Parr, step for step with the USA Eagle. What fantastic defense that is for the young player to step up to that capped Eagle and just say, no ma'am, the door is shut.
So for Mai Tai Tonga to go ahead and try and take it around, I mean, she did get them out of harm's way, which is fresh out of the 22.
Now Tupu loads one in. Bailey tries to hit hands on. He's building for the Breakers. Now Onyx take over. It's in Slaughter's hands. Here comes the counter ruck attempt. Slaughter will just play it off the deck. Waters gets it out to the fullback, to O'Tweel. Satini and Creel will just double time the tackle. Ball is out. Smart play from Bosick. Here comes the flowing play of the Breakers. This is where they're really dangerous. When they get in the open, there's Carrillo taking it right from the base. Takes on Cunningham. Bosick. Bosick puts a foot on it. We're going to have a foot race. It's Bosick and Oglesby. Hahn is there. Hahn puts it in out the back. Oh my goodness, we don't have TMO in this one. You can see Bosick thinks she's got hand on it. We're going to show you a replay because the production team is just stellar like that. But my goodness.
And she already signified that at the final whistle, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll have a look. It looks like it's going to go ahead and stand it straight up there. But the individual effort from the Carrillo, Bosick recognizes that there's nobody at home. She's up against about 4 forwards there and just uses the determination. This is the moment that we're looking for. Hahn gets a boot on first. I don't think that Bosick had hands on there. It's just unfortunate. But you can see the frustration as that was such an incredible effort by Bosick.
And we're going to take a look at one of our sponsors tonight, it's WRCA, and if you want me to spell that one for you, WRCRA, and it stands for the Women's Rugby Coaches and Referees Association. They are a supporter of WER and tonight's 2026 Legacy Cup. We're going to take a look at a message from them.
Proud and inspired and also hopeful that the future for women's rugby can be a little bit better if we keep working for more of this.
Some of those pictures and things will be remembered that paved the way for us to be able to play right now.
It was truly actually speechless. It was kind of awe-inspiring and I just wanted to soak it in.
It was awesome. So much information here that without this museum, we're going to lose it all. So.
It's amazing to see it all in one place. You can really feel the heart and the energy and the blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into building women's rugby up, not only in this country, but in the whole world.
They're a great example of how powerful women can be when they all work together, and it's really the women who made it happen. Like, they fought and made it happen. It's really cool.
Welcome back to Infinity Park. What a first half it's been. Started with an excellent halftime show. We saw a kicking challenge between Sparkles and Friends, but you know, the try scoring began with Cunningham at the 5th minute. She converted her own try. It was spectacular to start for the Denver Onyx. They lead this one 24-5. You can see there, Allie Cunningham Supermans it in for the first try of the match. It's so fitting that it would be her. She was a runner-up last year with the New York Exile. It's the first score this year. The Denver Onyx love it, and then from the base here, it was a bunch of work by the forwards, and Kidinski scored at the 11th minute. Cunningham converted that one as well. The Bay Breakers then answered back through the fly half. Laura Bosick, she wasn't able to make the conversion. It was out from wide. You can see the touch flag there, but they were on the board. But then it was all Denver, and it came through the USA Eagles. Here, Hamdan, she scored the 3rd try for Denver at 21st minute. You can see there, she found a hole and just barreled her way through. She had support for days, and then it was Cunningham putting in the work in the 4th try, so 2 for Cunningham tonight. She got 1 hand on that trophy, Darian.
And many hands are left to go ahead and get a hold of that one, right? 24-5, and the Onyx are dominating. They dominated in the first half. Second half, we still have 40 minutes left to go, but is it going to be enough, right, for the Breakers to go ahead and come back and then create a lead over the Onyx is really the question here. I hope that whenever they went back to the locker room, Stolba really tried to emphasize that they have space, they have the people to go ahead and use to move it to wide, stretch the defense, but taking it into the teeth of the Onyx, right? They're getting really bobbled up there, losing the ball in contact. They're going to need a second wave, a lot of heart, a lot of grit and determination, and a lot of buy-in from any and all of the players here for the Breakers side.
Second half underway. Those teams come out, but we've been really proud of the sponsors this year. O'Neill Sportswear, the official kit provider of women's elite rugby. Destination Sport is proud to be the official travel provider of women's elite rugby. CFO Squad Accounting and Consulting Services is a provider for women's elite rugby. The crowd just swelling tonight. The weather, it has been a little bit less hot than we thought it was going to be. It's 89 degrees now. That sun going down. You can see a beautiful sunset in the distance. But Bay Breakers, they've got a moment here. They're behind 24-5, and all the momentum has been going to Denver Onyx. Playing at home tonight. There's no surprise with that. Allie Cunningham has come out and said, "This is my match. This is my night." But what can the Breakers do? We'll let you know if we see any replacements come in, any changes that Coach Stoba or Coach Shabbat have made to these squads. But this is the last 40 minutes of the 2026 WER season. The Legacy Cup second half is underway. It's deep into Odie Will's hands, and she'll just put this one into touch. So Bay Breakers are going to start pretty decent field position, Darian.
Yeah, Breakers bought themselves a lot of meters there. They put the pressure on it, deep within the 22, and then from there they force the Onyx to really have to have a far stretch of a kick. So it gets them deep within the 40, right, and then now they've got to execute, right? This is the time to put on the points, make them pay for that performance in the first half, and really tire them out early.
Elena Edwards in for the Bay Breakers, wearing number 17, 20 appearances for her this year. And that select crowd that's played in every single WER match since the start of the league last year. Tukuafu will get them going again. It's in Hope Cooper's hands. Coming around at pace, Thomas. And again, there's the scoot. Nelson goes down to the shoelaces to snag that one to keep the attack alive. Now it's into Carrillo's hands. She finds McGrath. There's OBH. That arrow defense is just crushing any chance they try to get through on those offloads. The offloads are coming, but then that last push that they're trying to get through, Denver's just collapsing on them. Again with the scoot. Doesn't come for Carrillo, and now the counter up. Big pressure coming from Denver. The penalty as well.
Frustration early on here for the Breakers as they get reset to be on the defensive, and after they just had a string of phases there. But they're making it really easy for the Breakers to defend, right? We know exactly who is going to get the ball. We know that they love to go ahead and use that inside pop there, and it hasn't worked very much unless you get players like McGrath who are going to let pump through that contact. But I think just the pictures that they're looking for, the Onyx aren't giving that to them.
Right.
So if they're not showing you that picture, then you've got to change your game plan. You've got to adapt it. We haven't really seen the adaptability really shine through for the Breaker.
Onyx go up with uncontested. It's in Cunningham's hands. She finds Hamdan. Gonna go out to the outside center. Almost gets them to that 50-meter line. Now Hahn. And now into the open. It's Hamdan, the Eagle. She looks over that right shoulder, finds Slaughter. Slaughter meets some contact, but look at the meters. She chews up the turf and hands it off to her inside center. Inside the red zone. For Denver now, threatening already. 4 tries in that first half, looking to add more. But just forward pass to Decker, and the Bay Breakers will take over with the scrum. Need to take a big breath here.
The Breakers took their eyes off of the Onyx for just a split second, got caught slowly folding around the corner, and instantly they go to work and make the interplay happen. It's a beautiful setup that came from Hamdan. She's absolutely on fire, savage whenever she's got the space. Then Slaughter's there to go ahead and finish the job, right? But just here we see them as they're trying to move the ball. It gets a bit congested there in the middle between Decker and between Bailey, and so they come back for the reset on the scrum.
Bailey gets the ball from Thomas, and now Busick puts in a low driving kick. Here comes Mai Tai Tonga, and Barr. Multi-wheels there as well. Barr first to it, but Mai Tai Tonga comes up with it. It's a great pickup of territory for the Breakers. They'll push left with it. Breakers need to get something going if they want to close this score line. 21 points. The difference. Now go all the way out to the edge. Try to have a little kick and chip. Does stay with the Breakers. Now they go to the inside. It's Nelson. Nelson has found the holes all night long. Nelson! This is a spectacular try from Emily Nelson, 32 years of age. It's her 3rd try on the season. A big one for the Bay Breakers.
The Breakers are rallying yet again off of some brilliant forward play that happens here. Now they're starting to move it away from the pressure area, right? She sets herself up perfectly in that channel. Nelson off of the replacement. That came from Liu Lamaga, and from there they're just able to go ahead and connect well. This was the hope that the Breakers needed, right? To go ahead and be the ones to answer first. And now 24-10. Just with that little flip of the switch, we find ourselves right back into the ball game. We find the Breakers now slowly chipping away at the Onyx and getting down to the root cause there. And right there you see in the corner, Akpar is warming up. I know that you're excited to go ahead and see her take center pitch.
I'm so excited to see Opara come in. She's one of my favorite players, and I'm unbiased, but I do have favorite players that I like to see come on and just rock, cuss word, can't say that on air, right? But just rock people. That kick from OBH isn't going to go over, but just building that score line, 24-10 now. All of OBH's kicks have been from the edge, but Emily Nelson, she's just been such a strong player this year. 7 appearances for her since joining the Bay this year, coming from the Oregon Sharks and playing with the Portland Pigs before that. Only picked up rugby in 2021 during COVID. Oh, that's tough.
Welcome to the club. You were finding friendship, and little did you know you'd find yourself playing a Legacy Cup final. And it's quite the response that you want to. Now we're starting to see the Breakers respond to the picture that Onyx is showing them, and that makes it so that they're able to respond, which is what you want.
One thing that Stolba did talk about when I had a chance to chat with her was that they're not phased. They're very able to take their hits, make adjustments. And it's also ironic what Shabbat said as well. Her team is so calm and poised that it doesn't matter what happens in front of them, go to problem solving right away. That pass is not going to be quite to hand Now the penalty, it gets upgraded, knock on offsides.
Cooper there tried to get it to Jerkowski, and the ball goes just a skosh too low there, and then she gets caught in front of the ball. We'll take another look here. Cooper gives it to Jerkowski, doesn't look before the pass, so it's tough, and at the end of the day, a bad pass is on the responsibility of the passer. It's not on Jerkowski for fumbling that ball there, and then Cooper finds herself in front of the ball and gets called the penalty. She's in offsides position for the play, and that's why they get the long arm.
It's a tough law because you just see that ball and you try to snag it. You know, you do it at practice all night. You're taught to do that. Nelson to step off, and who's on the pitch now? Para, Rosalina Para. She's Nigerian international, 13 appearances, 25 points on the year. She played in the 2024 Pan Africa Games with Nigeria. She's going to step onto this pitch, try to make a difference. So Hannah Stoll going to the bench early, trying to get some of these high-impact players in. But it's Denver Onyx ball. The maul there, a little bit stagnant. Now it starts to get going. That's the maul picture needs to look like with the ball back there. Now you see the straight lines of backs. Straight backs means they're moving forward. Carly steps in. Is she going to take this? Just listening for the call from Luciano to use it. Now she'll take it. Dumps it off to Hamdan. What an offload that is to Bailey. Bailey gets them within the 5-meter. Denver looking to attack again. It's into Decker's hands. Decker gets driven back by a double tackle. The Locks take it in, trying to get them ever closer, the Denver Onyx. There's Han, the vice captain tonight. Patience from the Denver Onyx. They go to the right, and it's knocked on, so it's scrum advantage to the Bay Breakers. They're going to play out of it. Now they go to the other side. It's Edwards. Fresh legs on for her. She's been on for a few minutes. Tackle pass to release. Now they'll dump it back for Bosick. It's charged down. Ogilvy got a hand on it. Now it's into Parr's hands. She finds Mai Tai Tonga. What a challenge that's been tonight between Mai Tai Tonga and Parr. It's been one to watch. Into Erke's hands. Denver on the attack again. Bay Breakers score to try, but now pinned in their own end. Kidlinski looking for the offload, but holds on to it. Now it gets out to Slaughter. Slaughter with the stutter. Look at that, 2 players on her. They finally get her down. This pass to Decker. Now it's out to Bailey, to Erike. The Eagles linking up in the middle. Loose ball. Breakers fall on top of it. Bosick's going to put in another boot, but we're going to come back for the scrum.
Line speed has changed dramatically for the Breakers, and that might have been something that they weren't using at the beginning. Stolba reminded them of, right? We talked about how lethal their launch was whenever they get off of the line and they stop Onyx, and they put them under immense amount of pressure. Their 2 handling errors have kept them out of harm's way, have kept the Onyx from scoring, and just being able to make sure that they get low, knock Erke off of the rhythm a little bit, get them that scrum, and these are the moments that they need.
Starting to look like it's coming together for the Breakers. They're starting to be able to manipulate Denver a little bit. It's starting to look like a tussle. It was almost like a knockout punch in that first half, but now our scoreline 24-10. 10 minutes on in this second half already, so we will have that water break around the 60th minute. Free kick, early push from the Onyx. They get on with it. Go to Mai Tai Tonga. It's a chip and kick over the top. Parr will get there first, but Mai Tai Tonga hunts her down. Now Waters finds Cunningham. It's not quite to hand. It's jumped on by the Breakers, but who's going to come up with this? Does look like the Breakers going to get that one. Great hands by them. Keep this attack alive. They'll go to the left side one more time. Onto the pitch now. Sophie Lamphere came back from the Boston Bandies. Her job relocated to Boston. She played there for a couple of games and then has stepped back into this Legacy Cup match with the Bay Breakers. Wearing number 4 tonight. Tubu offloads to Bosick. Bosick, dangerous offload that is, but Cooper looking for Obara off the shoulder. Ball is on the deck. It's been knocked on. Oh, that's a toughie.
A toughie just makes it sound way too casual, and that wasn't casual, right? Cooper had the ball in hand. We'll take a look back at this replay, and that one hurt, right? Bosick throws it to Cooper there, and Hahn just loses sight of the ball for just a second. It's good to go ahead and keep it, but there she just puts one hand on the ball, right? And then falls flat on the ground, doesn't protect the ball, and then loses it at the point of contact when they need the ball most.
Right.
So these are the moments that we're talking about that were the game changers before. You just got to hope that the Breakers have changed their mentality, right? Let's not continue to do this. Let's change it and let's fix it so that they can continue to compete with the Onyx, because they're still in achievable territory.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is just a 14-point game, so it is 2 scores. Getting a new contact. There's the Pink Pony Club. They've come out in force tonight. It turned out to be quite a nice evening. We were worried when the temperatures were in the hundreds during the day, but this late kickoff has made it quite nice tonight. You can see fresh legs coming on for the Denver Onyx. Look at that face.
Whoa, I laugh whenever I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. And instantly whenever I saw the facial expression on that, I was like, I know that if I was on the opposing team, I instantly would be like, I need to get my mind locked in right now, because somebody is looking at me pretty wild-eyed, and you're gonna have to reel it in. And that's just an easy way to go ahead and start right from the jump as a replacement to go ahead and get in the head of the Breaker side.
And that's Madison Shevlin onto the pitch wearing number 19 with that game face on. Bailey will take it to the right side. There comes the whistle. The Breakers stolen this one away. Frustration, yeah, from Waters.
Yeah, it's not a position that the Onyx found themselves in often in the first half, right? They're not used to this, and now they're getting used to it as they set in and the fatigue comes, right? This is whenever you have to fight big emotions, you have to fight frustration. You got to find a way to buy back into the team values, into the team game plan there. But life now, breathing back, it's very vivid for the Breakers, and the Onyx right now are struggling, I think, to contain it.
They offer the scrum off the penalty. It's a big choice here. It does let them be center of the field, about just outside the 22, and now we've got split backs for the Breakers. They've got choices. They're definitely loaded on that left side. We've got Bosick over there, Jade's on this side with Mai Tai Tonga, but you've got OBH over there, Satitan, and Carrillo, excuse me. Looks like Thacker's on the pitch now, wearing number 23. She scored the most tries, 7 tries for the Breakers. Parra starts off the attack, though. That's what she's known for, some physical play, and she can just lift the field. We've got penalty advantage as well. OBA comes off the shoulder, gets a real short ball, and they'll come back for that dangerous tackle. Choices here, though. Go for the scrum again, or are we going to put it in the corner? It's a conversation.
Looks like Bosick is going to go ahead and take the scrum option, and it's, I mean, it is smart, right? They're showing that they've got a good attacking platform. Akara got some serious amount of meters off of that one, and now we're starting to roll in some more substitutes. Solba is now starting to play the best game. And I mean, just some stellar talent that's already coming in for the Breakers as they kind of roll out the one that really set themselves up, and it's going to be some incredible rugby here if those players get ball on hand early on.
Shelby Lynn coming in 21, vice captain tonight, 20 appearances for her this season, and we're number 22 tonight, Mahovanak. She's got 8 appearances. Longtime All Blues player, Hovanak.
I love when she gets the ball in space. Yeah. She's a smaller player, right? Fun size, if you will. Yes. But I've got to say that she's so fast and so agile that I think if they can get the ball to her early and she can connect, then I think that she's going to be pretty stellar. It looks like Decker going to go ahead and have a seat as well. There's a bit of a contact issue. I think they're knocking each other so hard that their contacts are popping off. Is really what it is. Yeah.
And there's Spud Davis arming up. Laura Levine's on the field for the Onyx. So fresh legs in that front row. That can always kind of change things up.
Excellent. Time is back on. Blue scrum. Good.
Big moment in this match. for the Breakers. A couple of replacements have come on. Shelby Lynn's going to step right into the Lions cage with this scrum. Lots of space for Opara on the right. She's got Maxai Tonga, or they've got backs completely stepped on the left side. Plenty of options. There's a little push from the Breakers. Opara controls that ball at the back. As long as it stays in, they can continue to drive forward. Lynn push it to that left side. It's a skip pass to McGrath out to Satini. Satini, half break from her. And Lynn, you see a little bit of a difference here. She'll keep the tempo up. When she comes in, sometimes the tempo goes even faster. Thomas on the pitch. Inside dump to the Breakers. This is better already from them. Continuity starting to flow, but the penalty comes. The Denver Onyx just suck all the air out of the stadium with that steal.
Marcus here, make sure you kick it through the mark on front, okay?
Breakers getting caught with a little bit of isolation there. Jerkowski tries to work the ball back. Bailey, though, wins that body height contest, keeps the hands on the ball there, and like you said, just stop that passage of play there. Now they're getting themselves out of harm's way. We've played a lot of rugby within this 40 and this 22, and right now we're seeing the territory game go in favor of the Breakers. And so now the Onyx are looking to relieve pressure, kick out for the line out, and then hopefully get themselves over the 50 and out of harm's way.
Still a two-score match. 45th minute was a try for the Bay. Nothing from the Onyx yet. They do have line out. 56th minute of this match. Contested, so it will get turned over. It was not straight. So Bay Breakers, good opportunity for a line out. They're going to call scrum.
And the Breakers were so patient at that line out, waiting for the right time to go ahead and get up in the air. It forces the attack to have to go ahead and make a straight shot throw through the middle. That one veers to the right. It's pretty obvious. And so the Breakers opt for the scrum. They were unable to go ahead and convert on those last two opportunities, but hopefully third time would be a charm for them, and they can get ever closer to the Onyx side.
Another substitution for the Onyx, Rachel Harvey on, a transfer from Boston Banshees last year, 19 appearances in the WER, steps in at fly half, so Cunningham takes seat. She scored a brace tonight, trying to get her team put her hand on the trophy this year. She's already got a silver medal. Opara rips one off the back, gets around Waters, takes it all the way to the centers, trying to tie everybody up, but look at that. Hamden trying to get the steal, can't get her hands on it, so it's out to McGrath. She'll put a foot on it. Does really well. Oti will to stay bounds and get that ball with some pressure as the Breakers were crashing into her. Ericke, good carry from her. Get a little bit of breathing room for the Denver Onyx. Harkavy stands to that first position. Now Levine, her first touch of the ball tonight. Waters looking for the pass. It's not a hand. Under pressure now. Tupu's there. Who touched it down first? Was it the Onyx or the Bay? We're going to have a conversation with our ARs. Katie Roth going to come assist.
We'll take a look back. Harkavy just takes the eyes off of the ball for just a second here, and taking a look at the grounding. OBH kicks through one, kicks through another, and then foot race is on there, but did they get a hand on it?
Simultaneous. Oh no, that was almost simultaneous. Looks like the call from Luciano. Oh, you can see there, it's a good angle. I think Kidliski does get the hand on first, so we'll have that goal line drop out. But drama here in the Legacy Cup. It's everything we wanted.
The saving grace of the saving grace is Joanna Kitlinski.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody else knows this about Kitlinski, but she's also a stellar baker. You would not expect it on the side. That is a side hustle of her. And it's because she cooks opportunities like that.
Oh, here we go. Some stepping on the pitch happening. Maite Tonga taking it up the gut of the Denver Onyx defense. Nice little show and go there from Liumaga. Look at the work from her. My goodness, the replacement has come on. Celine Liumaga, 27 years of age, Federal Way, Washington. Her 5th try, and that is a massive one as it cuts that deficit.
So much to unpack here. Thacker goes ahead and keeps it in bounds, and then they let the ball do the work, right? A seasoned veteran. We've seen Matai Tonga go ahead and be confident there, but this is where she's good at. It's in the agile ability for her to go ahead and work the body. Luamaga, though, goes ahead, sees that Kalinski gets caught a little bit flat-footed there, sees that the eyes are taken off of the breakdown for just a second by Oglesby, and then from there, breathes that extra breath, right? Got the AED, is injecting that energy back into the Breakers. 24-15 now. The Breakers have been the only ones to score in the second half.
They have in this kick, the best one for OBH of the night. They've all been from the corner. Still a tough one. There's a lot of pressure here. The crowd has been relentless tonight, but she can cut this one by just a little bit more. Those conversions, so important in rugby. Only worth 2 points, but they always get you in the end if you don't have a good night off the tee. OBH slots that one. It's a big moment for this Breakers side. 24-17. You can see the difference that these replacements have had in that halftime break as well.
Yeah, 24-5 was our score when we went at the halftime. And now we come here, and they are within a converted try now, and it seems very obtainable for them, right? The Onyx right now not really having a response. We'll go into our final hydration break, it looks like, but the Breakers, right, bending but not quitting, maintaining that patience is really paying off for them here.
Women's Rugby is proud to continue our partnership with the You Can Play project. It's a relationship that started last year during the inaugural season and remains a cornerstone of the mission today. You Can Play works to ensure that athletes, coaches, and fans are treated with respect and safety, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity.
At You Can Play, we believe sports are for everybody. So we champion equality for LGBTQ+ athletes, fans, and staff all over the world. We're here to engage, educate, and to celebrate our community. We empower youth programs and embolden professional sports teams and athletes. We partner with businesses, colleges, and other nonprofits to inspire hope. It's our mission to build resilience and to create a safe, fun, prideful atmosphere across all sports. So whether you're on a team, flying solo, or doing you, train hard and believe in yourself. Because if you can play, you can play.
Welcome back. We're going to be in the fourth quarter of the 2026 Legacy Cup. Going to be about 21 minutes by the time they get back together. That hydration break, taking it at 20th and the 60th minute. But what a start from the Bay Breakers. 2 tries for them. They crawled back into this game. 7 points, the difference, Darian.
Yeah, what a start. But right now it's about who's going to be the what a finish, right?
Yep.
Who's going to be the one to go ahead and hold the Legacy Cup, right? We're 20 minutes away from getting it to the team of the year. That's going to be the one that's going to be the #1 of the WER. And right there we saw a bit of life starting to seep in for the Breakers there. They've held on to it really well. But I think even the crowd knows that the Onyx needs them now more than ever. And they're really trying to rally behind the team. You can see everybody throwing up the hands, trying to get them to buy back into the bit of hope here. And the Breakers right now, they're not seeming to be fazed by this at all. They feed off of it, and they want the disbelief that they can't do this as well. We'll see what the next 20 minutes hold, but gotta say, it's romantic. It's gonna be a love story. One of them's gonna get heartbroken, and the other one is gonna be over the moon.
Denver gets us going again into the Breakers' hands. They've scored 2 tries in the second half. No answer from the Denver Onyx so far. I think found the key to unlock this Onyx side. Denver, the defending champions, would love to go back-to-back. They, of course, won also in 2024. It was still WPL, the Women's Premier League, but it was a kind of a hybrid year. Breakers do have a player down behind play. So playing with 14 right now. Almost up to the 40. Nice hard run by the Bay Breakers. They just continue to chip away at this. It's just 7 points the difference. That pass was a bullet from Lynn to OBH, and it just rockets off the hands. So it'll be a scrum, the Onyx, but we're going to pay attention, take some time for this player. Make sure that they're all right as well. Might be his career, or is this, is it?
Yeah, I saw you angled a little, and then I saw her come up.
Thomas, possibly. Tough to see. Didn't quite get the grimace was clear on face, though.
A bit slow to get up off of that one. We saw earlier Darrow had and left the party early after an injury, and this would really take the physicality, I think, right? The speed. She's been extremely physical, Thomas, throughout this match, and to lose her at a time like this when they need physicality could really be a detriment to them. And Stolba's got replacements still, but not somebody that's got the heart, I think, of Thomas.
Yeah, you'll really often see when Opara comes on, Thomas just shifts to a flanker spot, and so Stolba's been kind of changing who she brings in or moves as well. But we'll take a look at how this transpired.
Just looked like she got caught a little bit straight-legged there on the contact here. We'll take a look, but at this point, right, it's just an awkward fall down on the left foot.
Yeah.
She's going to be in the way, you guys.
She's going to go ahead and bandage this one up, it looks like.
Mary Swanstrom will just put a lick tape on that so she can keep going. Like you said, Darian, she's really important to the Bay Breakers. They've got to try to get one more try and contain the Denver Onyx, who this year have scored 477 points. Most of those matches were 40-plus points, so this is one of their lower scoring matches for Denver. When we look back at the scores, the only matches they didn't score 40 points was on July 12th. It was that overtime. Denver won 38-33 over the Bay Breakers. And when you look down the sheet, every other win was 40 points or more. Yeah, you can see it there. The Onyx have outscored everybody by 31 points, and it's usually that second half comeback sometimes, and that's that overtime there that the Bay Breakers scored 26 in the first half, and then Denver had to come by and score 26 plus 5, one coming in overtime to win that one. And that one was a barn burner. And tonight, Denver put 4 tries in the first half, but hasn't had an answer right now. They get a chance here. Kelly Waters puts the ball in. Gonna go straight to Hamdan, dumps it off to Slaughter. Opara laid the boom there. Now it's Bailey. Offload there, that was fantastic. Opara's there for the take. She gets the penalty.
That's like running into the like defensive Goliath, right? Opara goes ahead and she smashes Slaughter, turns around, works hard to get around the corner after Bailey gives a beautiful offload to Ericki, and Ericki gets isolated for just 1 second. I don't even think she knew that Opara was hoofing her way over to the breakdown there. It was just able to get over and to stop that momentum happening, right? And now the Onyx are finding themselves playing a lot more defense, and defense in 15s is extremely tiring. So right now you've got to wonder if the Breakers are just trying to bleed them out and hope that they make a mistake and they can execute on the time they need.
Ball's going to bounce off of OBH's leg, so no knock on there. They're going to put one in, have a little chase. OT Wheels back there at the fullback position. Beats Maitatonga, gets around another one. Maitatonga gets from behind, just snipes her. Waters will take a step with it. Ball was a little bit loose. It's going to be knocked into touch. Breakers go with the quick line out. No, we're going to have a whistle to knock on first, so we'll come back for the scrum. There's a shot of the bench of the Breakers on their feet, urging their teammates to try to get that try, and then they've got to score again, right? Or we're going to go into overtime the 3rd time this year, Darian.
Can we do it? Sure.
Right.
Will we do it is really up to the players, right? And the Breakers right now bending heavily, not breaking and holding strong against the Onyx here, but the Onyx now starting to make a lot of errors.
O'Neill Sportswear is the official kit provider of Women's Elite Rugby. You Can Play is proud to partner with Women's Elite Rugby to help ensure rugby is a place where everyone belongs. Learn how to make your club more inclusive at youcanplay.org. Summer is for women's sports, built for the movement that's changing the game. Show up, tune in, be part of it.
Who doesn't want to be part of the summer of women's sports?
I want to be a part of all those seasons.
You're right. We want it to be for fall, winter, spring. But summer specifically is really special.
Yes.
Right? I think summer is like that really fun time, and summer isn't just for the girls, right? It's for everybody.
It is for everybody. Denver pull it out of the scrum on this one. Big pressure coming from the Breakers. Look at Slaughter. Throws the dummy down the river. Trying to find a Van Slaughter. Oh no, Slaughter touching that knee and writhing around. She's gonna be down for a moment here. Onyx continue the attack. Our medical staff tonight getting their work cut out for them, but taking care of these athletes. Oh my gosh, Slaughter is up. What a warrior she has been for us Denver Onyx side. She will not come out of this Legacy Cup match unless it's on a stretcher. Harkavy puts one in deep, but it's snagged by the replacement. Hovanek gonna come back. Now Slaughter takes that knee at the bottom of our, she's not quite on camera yet, but we can see her here. She's just receiving a bit of attention. It is gonna be a penalty for the Onyx. And now a chat. So a formal warning for the Bay Breakers.
Before you make the tackle. It's like usually that first person. Thank you. Yes, we do need the ball. Oh, I didn't know she was injured.
You can see Slaughter there. She was just clutching that right knee immediately, and you know it's an ACL pandemic, if you will, epidemic that we've seen across women's sports. We're starting to see more research. I would love to urge World Rugby to do even more research on the ACL. They've done some studies, but I'd love to see them do more. I'm a dual survivor myself. I'm going to have a knee replacement soon. It's not a fun sport. We saw Kennedy Feasby. She's away with the USA Falcons now. She recovered from her ACL that she tore last year in the Legacy Cup and came back and was a three-time starter for the Denver Onyx. So it's a devastating injury, but we are seeing players come back from it stronger than ever.
Yeah, and Slaughter right now is going to have to make the decision, as well as the coaching staff. You know, is she going to be able to finish the game, especially whenever it's an achievable range for the Breakers, right? If a player's injured, then sometimes you got to go to the bench. So we'll see what they ask of Slaughter here, as Akara instantly gets to work for the Breakers.
It's not on advantage to the Breakers. Comes back to them. This is where they're really dangerous. Broken play is where the Breakers love to eat. That Tasty Tuesday that they do that side. McGrath takes a short ball, offload to OBH. Now the continuity starting to come for the Breakers. They're inside 30 meters of the Denver Onyx. Mai Tai Tonga gets them even closer. Shelby Lynn has lifted this side as she's done all season long. Double tackle coming in. Veen and Co trying to tie this up. Tackle hasn't come yet. Now with the Maul. Need to produce. Now the ball's on the deck. It's just slow for Lynn. She finds OBH. There's Edwards. Pressure coming from the Onyx. They fly through. There comes the advantage, not rolling away. So Bay Breakers have a penalty. Cooper holds onto that one. Hannah Opara on the hip. Now we'll come back for the penalty. Lynn, ball in hand. She's going to chase Luciano.
She chases Luciano all the way over there just to tell her that they're going to scrum, right? Just wants to make the Onyx work an extra little bit. Maybe think that she's going to go and make them jog on over, right? It's brutal stuff that's coming in for the Breakers, but this fast ball that they're playing, right, seems almost unstoppable at times against the Onyx defense. And whenever they get that flow going, it really, you can see them start to change the game a bit. But timeout, 15 minutes left here, 24-17. We haven't seen anybody be able to break the score line in the last about 10 minutes.
Really excellent position for the Bay Breakers. We've seen him here before. Usually it's Opara, but sometimes they like to be tricky as well. So split backs, got Thacker on this side, Mai Tai Tonga, and then everybody else on the left. OBH in the first receiver position over there, but the scrum is first. Here comes some pressure from the Onyx. Lynn will take it right from the base. It's out to the Eagle, Mai Tai Tonga. She'll have a goose, but Hamdan says, no, you won't. I'm your teammate. I know what you're going to do. Lynn takes it from the base. Finds one of the locks. Strakowski, the captain tonight, she's had a stellar game. Thomas, heavily strapped leg now. They get inside the 22. This is the moment for the Bay Breakers. It's been a slugfest to get here. Only one try in the first half. They've had two in this second half. Only scores that have come from the Breakers. But still 7 points that the Denver Onyx are in front here. Messy ball. It's turned over. The Denver Onyx have taken it away. We've seen that all night. The forwards get to work. Levine takes one in. Now they drop it back to OT Wheel and she'll put it into touch, but it's not a great kick.
Well, she was under a lot of pressure there, and so the ball just makes it barely over the 22 after she has to shank it on through, and that gets a set piece for the Bay Breakers. And it looks like they're a bit slow to get up for the Onyx.
It's Levine receiving some attention. Now you can see Slaughter has gone off. What a shift that she's put in this whole season, honestly. KB Slaughter has just been fantastic. She's played a little bit at fullback, playing most of the season at wing. 30 points for her, 6 tries. Hopefully that knee is gonna be all right. Now Levine getting a little bit of attention for her as well. We're just starting to see the fatigue, a long 10-week season. Now it's the 11th week for these two teams, starting to pile on. You know, and we've got to look to 27. What's the league to do in 27?
What's next for us? We're barely getting through these last 14 minutes. Are you kidding me? I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't stand it.
No, but we've always got to look forward, right? We've got so much to come for this league in 27. And then it's the 2028 LA Olympic, where the other version of rugby, the sevens, come into play. We get to see our superstars and really answer the question, is Alomar going to be back for USA Eagles? We'll have to see.
She trains hard enough against those youngsters. I think she's capable.
Absolutely. Bay Breakers line out. The maul doesn't come together. Look at all that pressure from the Onyx, so they'll release it to Cooper. Bud Davis on the tackle. It's Opara. Gets him inside 22. The big moment here in the 66th minute of this match. Cooper. Look at the support from Breakers. Lynn gets it out to OBH. Off that shoulder, there's the connection with McGrath. They've been so dangerous all season long. OBH again. Spud Davis, the missile, tries to get her. Mike Taitonga takes it from the base. Was that on shoulder? Looks to be okay. No reaction from Luciano. There comes the whistle. Denver's done it again. A knock on the pressure that they're applying here.
Things were working well for them at that interior of the breakdown, and I think they were really starting to find some real estate there, but Maitai Tonga tests the waters just for a second too long, and then we just see the knock-on. We'll take a look there. Tries to force them back on the inside, but it's this a final movement there at the bottom, trying to be cheeky and play the ball back. Doesn't want the ref to see that picture, so I'm back for the knock-on.
Probably an AR call if I had to give you one from Lindsay on the right side there. She probably had a great view of that. Oh, and you could just see the disappointment of O'Hara. She's a big-time player that wants to step up in these moments. Denver has to take this ball, can start to do a bit of clock management here with 12 minutes to go. Big shove from the Breakers. It's absorbed by Denver, though. Bailey off like a rocket from the base of that scrum. They're going to go against the grain. Chevy has it. Now dump it back for OT Wheel. She'll get a clearance again, and it's a lot of pressure. Bay Breakers may have identified an area. Now they'll have a good spot for a line out.
Yeah, Cunningham went and had a seat, and she had a boot beat, right? Was one of the primary ball kickers there, and so we're seeing now the Breakers realizing that Alti Will is a little bit lucky whenever she's got the ball in hand, especially coming off of that right-hand side. So they get another opportunity, and they can only have so many.
Overthrow, Davis is on it. It's a great offload. She finds Chevy, and Onyx are off to the races. If they score here, it makes it a 2-score match. This would be big for the Denver Onyx. They've still got quite a bit to go. But loose ball, flag is up. So we'll come back, and it's going to be a Breakers line out.
Oh, and just unfortunate there. It looked like Hovanek might have been off the races on that one if the ball hadn't found its way that dangerously close to touch here. But it does go back in favor of the Breakers. But they're about 25 meters away from where they started. As we take a look, Walkerman is there on the outside, gives a beautiful inside pass to Will, but then gets tackled on the out of bounds. And then Hovanek is there to go ahead and clean up. Unfortunate there, as I think that maybe Hovanek should have been able to play it, but referee has the final say here.
Darian, it's come to the time where we need to chat about our contenders for player of the match. We'll just let that crowd swell for a minute.
Let them talk to the team.
Yeah.
Let the home crowd talk to the team right now. Because the Onyx have put on a performance, right? And they've had some standout stars across the board. I think Cunningham had an incredible game. She's done some absolute amazing things. But her second in command, Hamdan, I think was honestly that instrumental piece, still on the pitch, right? Still playing, still able to kind of carve it up, make some things happen and be a defensive force. I think that she's also had the ball game as well.
And if you look at the other side of things, if we were going to look at across the board, I think Emily Nelson has to be on the list too for Denver. She's been, for the Bay Breakers, she's been fantastic for the night as well. Probably put Mai Taitonga's name on that list as well. She's been just a steady compass for this Breakers side tonight. Chevy gets them in deeper into territory. The counter ruck attempt is really clean from the Breakers. They'll take it straight from the base. Thomas takes that one up. Now the offload comes for the Breakers. Some lazy runners for the Onyx getting back on side. Loose ball again. Just another little knock on. If this comes together for the Breakers, they're gonna score, but it's just ugh.
And I think also trying to get the referee the picture that they want, right? I think that they're trying to push the pace of the ball here, but as you just said, the Onyx are nearly getting caught on and off sides. And so now the fatigue is starting to falter here, but the minutes are just ticking away for them. We've got less than 10 minutes to go, 24-17. A converted try would be the one to tie up this ball game and send us into overtime. But the amount of opportunities that the Breakers have had and haven't been able to get over the line and get a try makes me a little bit worried for them.
Clock ticking. Just about 8 minutes to go, a little bit under, a little shy of that. Denver Onyx haven't scored in this second half. They've held on, just nails clinging. There comes the first penalty of the night, and look what it means to the Breakers. They'll go quickly as well. What a fight it's been tonight across the board. It's the final we wanted for the 2026 Legacy Cup. Parr almost got her hands on that one. It's Cooper. Bay Breakers have a chance to make history tonight. So could the Denver Onyx, they become the first side to make a back-to-back WER championship. But heavy is the crown.
Oh no.
Stolen by Denver. They're off to the races now as well. The pass is not going to be to hand. I think maybe even just a bit forward. Look at the fight that's happening over there now.
I mean, things getting a bit chippy, right? We talked about how the emotions are running extremely high. These players are tired. They've been playing a lot of rugby throughout the last, 70 minutes. And also the lead up to it, right? The visualization, the hours that they've spent trying to train for this specific moment. So it means everything to them, right? The mistakes feel like, just shots to the heart anytime that they happen. And so the Breakers and the Onyx getting frustrated a bit here in the final bits of this match.
Shove coming from the Onyx. Lynn will get it out to the backs. What can they do here? The Bay Breakers, one more time for them. Lynn tries to go around the back. What a good offload that is. She finds Opara. OBH steps in. finds Mai Tai Tonga on her shoulder. It's a knock on. One more time.
The depth right now, they're creeping up a little bit too close to that attacking line there. It's just making it an easy read for the Onyx to put on pressure. And unfortunately for Mai Tai Tonga, she loses sight of the ball for just a second, runs away from OBH, and that leads to the turnover, right? And this moment really matters. Can they get a scrum penalty? They've done it before. And if they can they make points out of it?
Right.
And it's really been the tale of the second half for the Breakers.
They've had majority of the possession, majority of the territory, but haven't been able to convert it to points, which has not been the story all season long. They really dug themselves in a hole in that first half, letting Denver score 4 times. Here comes the pressure from Bay Breakers. Waters gets it out to Hamdan. What a collision that is in the middle of the pitch. Goes again, not held to tackle. Heads up play, but knocked on. So we'll have another scrum, Darian, and this just winds that clock down into Denver's favor.
Winding the clock down, but it does give the opportunity to the Breakers, right? It does give them an attacking bit as we take another look here. She tries to go for that release off of the deck. And right there, just you see the ball kind of roll just a bit forward, and that's just enough to make Luciano go ahead and call it back.
You can see the back line, you're having a chat. They've moved Satini over to the right side, so they fully loaded this side. Now the Denver Onyx match in defense. Here's the crowd just behind this Onyx side. Getting pushed back just a little bit, so Opara will peel it off the back, beats one. Meets Chevy, now third tackler, gets down. Feel like the Breakers have lost maybe a little bit of momentum here. Fitness really tough at altitude. It might be clicking for them. Cooper goes to save that one. Counter ruck attempt from Bailey. Levine steamrolls. Couple players. They go to the right side now. OT wheel with the Fen. Oh no, the hand up. We could have trouble here. And Levine still down on the deck. She took some friendly fire. It was a knee to the head of the supporter coming across. Hopefully she's all right as well. So we'll have some time off there, and it's a penalty against the Bray Breakers. Sevens, that's a yellow card all day.
It's a slow saunter from Luciano, and that's not something that you want to see. We'll see them as we go back through this replay here. Altwell Hovanek tries to get in the passing lane there, but just loses the ball. She's going to go ahead and have a seat with the yellow card, and now the Breakers playing down a man.
It's going to be a little bit back, but it's like...
It's a tough one to swallow. A couple of minutes to go. You know, you want to reach for that ball, but it's that risk versus reward. If you throw that hand out, you're risking an action from the referee.
And again, we talk about these like sure decisions in 15s, right? Whenever you get to a final, whenever you make those decisions, no hesitation, but you have to be sure that's going to work, especially if you're going to go for an interception, right? Yeah. You've got two options there. Either you pick it and you coast and you score, which is high risk, but then the other and the flip side of it is the low reward, right? You lose the ball forward, you instantly have to go take a seat, and you're out for the rest of the game. Hovanek's not going to make her way back onto there as the time dwindles away. So again, these sure decisions are so key whenever you're going up in these matchups.
Levine needs to be okay. She'll get back into the action. Onyx line out, clock winding down. Couple of minutes to go here in the 2026 Legacy Cup. What a tall lift that is. Bailey snags it out of the air. They go to the maul. Davis searching for it. Now I think Davis has located it. Look at the desperation of the Breakers trying to reach cross, steal that ball if they can. It's a good drive forward though. Thomas trying to go through the middle. They'll peel it out. It's to the replacement. Leah Lockerman. The offload is not going to come, but Lockerman has come on and put some spirit just Onyx side. It's only third appearance this year at WER.
and some speed too. I feel like Lockerman took like 8 steps, and all of a sudden she was about 15 meters down and nearly in the try zone there off of that one. She's a bit slow to get up. It looks like the fall was kind of awkward, and so they're going to go ahead and take their time here resetting. But scrum all around, everybody can get one. We're into the final bit of this match, and these handling errors are going to continue to rack up here. As you said, the Breakers right now, they're feeling extremely desperate. They do split the middle of that maul, but then it's Lockerman that recognizes that there's nobody on the right-hand side and speed to burn.
It's a Breaker scrum. They've got a long distance to go. We could be talking last day territory. Less than a minute to go. Of course, Lucian's got the official time on her wrist. She'll let us know when this one's over, but would Denver become the first to be back-to-back? Opara pushed into touch.
That is a massive moment for the Denver Onyx defender. Opara has been absolutely relentless, has been so powerful whenever she's able to get around the corner, but it's the work rate, Shevelin, and then for Bailey to come across and then go ahead and help out mate there, see that the sideline, the one defender on the pitch that never misses, and then they're able to go ahead and tackle them out of bounds. Now it's just a matter of holding on to it, and then you need to hold on to the cup.
They had one hand on in the first half. Now the second finger is on of the second hand. They'll go the maul. If they put one in, it's in for sure. Clock into 80th, so we're on the time, and Carl Waters will put it into touch, and the Denver Onyx have done it. They've won this one 24-17 and become the first ever back-to-back champions of the Legacy Cup. What a match this is. Hear the crowd and the reaction from the Breakers. We talked about that it would be absolute heartbreak for the Bay Breakers, and it were for one side. In this case, it's going to be the Bay Breakers. They missed out last year by 1 point in the standings. They made it here this year. They were 8-2 on the season. They did it as a family. They did it with their culture at the forefront. You can see what it means to both of these sides. And the Pink Pony Club reigns in Infinity Park. Shabbat mentioned it might be the last of a few of these players' careers tonight, and they want to end at home if they could. Stay with us. We're going to show you all these shots. We've got a full slate. We've got the Kathy Flores Award to come. We're going to award our medals. We're going to have a trophy lift and a couple of player interviews as well. Stay with us here on the Women's Sports Network. Got a full slate for you. What a season it's been for the Denver Onyx. They ended 10-1. It brings them to 19-2 since the start of the league. Only 2 losses in their history. One came this year, one last year. What a fantastic season. They weathered that loss from the Bay Breakers in round 1 and then have been undefeated since then. And they did it missing key players. Lots of players with the Falcons. You can see down, they've got some tears from the Bay Breakers. Did everything they could get here this season. 8-2, 14-6, 14-7 is their overall record in the WPL. It's a young squad that they mixed with such experienced internationals. Got so close, within 7 points. But the Denver Onyx take this one 24-17. And as we look forward to next year, 2027 will be the 3rd year of Women's Elite Rugby. Will Denver look to do it again? Will they become a third back-to-back. This comes Denver's 7th title if you count the Women's Premier League, which is a league before the WPL. So they now won it in 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026. So it's really a 4th championship. Here's the head coach, Shabbat. Jessica Wooden on her right. Finley coaching the scrums. What side they've put together. Bay in their own right has had 5 titles. If you count the WPL, 2011, 2012, 2016, 2018, 2022. Just about to award the Kathy Flores Award. Lisa Rosen will be giving that award out. It's an award that is in honor of Kathy Flores, late Kathy Flores, longtime Berkeley All Blues player, Brown University coach for the USA Eagles as well. She was the first BIPOC women head coach of the USA Eagles. So that award, very, very important to this league. There's the Breakers. They'll have that long flight home tomorrow. Of course, stick with us. We've got celebrations. If you're in town tonight, the Denver Bar is where that social is. We know there's been lots of watch parties tonight, so we appreciate you tuning in on the Women's Sports Network. What a match it was. It didn't matter that Denver didn't score in the second half. That 24 points was enough to hold them out. And those finalists, just to remind you, for the Kathy Flores Heart of a Champion, Joanna Kitlindy from the Denver Onyx, Mary Swanstrom from the Bay Breakers, Sylvia Broughton, TC Gemini, and Anne-Marie Farrell of the Boston Banshees. And it looks like we're just about to go down to award this one. And like I said, Lisa Rosen will be handing that one out. It's very fitting to have Lisa involved in this league. She was heavily involved in USA Rugby, in the WPL. Among her accomplishments, we'll take a look at some of these full-time highlights. You can see the players shaking up. Allie Cunningham got it started. The transfer from New York, she was a runner-up last year. Now she's a champion. It began with her in the 5th minute. You can see how the crowd loved that. The bench was on fire, and then it was the Eagle, JoJo Kitlinski. She's carried the Denver Onyx on her back all season long. She gets a well-worked try. Bosick, the fly half from Bay, got their only try in that first half in the 15th minute. And then in the 21st minute, Hamdan, who's had a sensational year herself, gets them on the board. That was their 3rd try, 19-5 at that point. And then it was a second from Cunningham, and it was a long-range try, scoring that in the 32nd minute, made it 24-5 at the half. They held that score till the 44th minute when it was Emily Nelson scoring for the Bay. She was sensational all night, finding holes where there shouldn't have been any. She gets a score. And then it was Leah Lamaga coming on as a replacement. Got them within 7, 24-17 at the 57th minute. And then it was an absolute fight from that point on. But Denver held on. They figured out a way to stop this all gas, no brakes Bay Breaker side. They did it slowly and methodically, and then held on in that second half. And they are your 2026 Legacy Cup champions. The crowd out for the Denver Onyx tonight. The Pink Pony Club has been with them since the start. So much support in this Denver community for rugby. Perhaps the difference maker. Just about to get started on our awards. We'll be giving out medals. What trophy lift for you? You're going to want to stick around for that. The champagne's going to be popped. What a final we just had in front of us. This concludes 10 weeks of play for the WER this year. 6 teams in it. Those final placements will be Denver on top, Bay Breakers second, TC Gemini third, New York Exiles fourth, Boston Banshees finished fifth, Chicago Tempests are sixth. Looks like we're about to go down. You can see the emotion there on everybody's face. Shabbat hugging Bailey. Now Shabbat goes over to some of the other coaches. Rachel Johnson, USA Eagle, just recently picked up a job with Brown University. There's Jessica Wood in this shot. Lisa Rosen now handing off the Kathy Flores Award to Mary Swanstrom.
I just love rugby. I love the rugby community. I love this team. Every time I'm struggling, the rugby community lifts me, and so I'm happy to take this award for them.
What's so special about the Bay Breakers?
I love them. And they love us. Like, everyone loves each other on this team. They put it all out on the field for each other. They work hard. They have so much grit.
Congratulations on this award. We're very proud to present you with the Kathy Flores Heart of a Champion Award. Congratulations.
Mary's the heart and soul of those Bay Breakers, an athletic trainer. She also helps with the scrum, line out, the forwards. Well-deserved award for Mary. One of my best friends in the world. All the flowers for her.
How you doing?
But what an honor to have Lisa Rosen giving that award. Among Lisa's accomplishments includes establishing the first ever 8th grade program for girls as the program director of USA Under-19 Girls National Team in 2000. As a coach, Lisa has led programs all over the country, including Colorado Springs, the U.S. Combined Services Team, Temple University, the Mid-Atlantic Under-23 All-Stars, Philadelphia Rugby Club, the Collegiate All-Americans, the Glendale Raptors, the U.S. Force Academy, the West Women All-Stars, and all Air Force Women's Rugby. She served as a technical coach and technical analyst for the USA 7-15s program, and World Rugby trainer and USA Rugby coach educator. She is also a U.S. Army veteran and was part of the 30-year-long effort to create a Women's Armed Forces Championship, which became a reality in 2020. And this year, the All-Army side won that just a couple weekends ago. About to give out our first hardware of the night. There's that young Parr, Ray Parr, finishes the season 8 tries. Sensational. She's tied with Michaela Wilkins for 8 tries. They're just behind Meg Onen of the TC Gemini with 11. A breakout star, Parr and Wilkins for the WER League.
Krowski, you were the captain of the Bay Breaker side. The first half was a bit of a struggle, but the second half you found a way to inch your way back. How did that happen?
In the locker room, all we talked about was getting back in that game with that determination and grit. We knew that the last time we played Denver here, the score line that we saw was pretty much opposite of what we were looking at. We were up by 24 and they were down, and we knew that they were able to come back. And so we were like, we come back and we give that pressure, we keep going, we don't give up, we keep fighting.
What do you think was the hard parts of the match for you?
I think for us it was just a little bit on the execution piece. The first half we had a hard time holding on to the ball, a lot of knock-on, so a lot of things not going our way, and I think that gave us a little bit of that work back on the second half. We had to come back from quite a deficit. We didn't let them score it on that second half. We just needed that one more try. We didn't get there, but I guarantee you 10 more minutes we would have.
And I guess that's the final bit of the question. If you had a bit more time, would you have been able to do it. But resilient effort that came in, especially off of the finishers. What do you have to say to not only the team, but also your fans that traveled all the way out here in order to support?
We have the best fans in WER. We love you.
Thank you, Ari.
Thank you. What's that?
Captain Ari Jurkowski giving a shout out to the fans. Just acknowledging everybody that's traveled for them. They moved to a new venue this year. Heart Health Park was where they were at in Sacramento. Really liked that fortress. Didn't lose at home this year. And now you can see they're coming over to get those silver medals. Lisa Rosen's on hand. Jessica Hammond-Craft as well, president of the WER in the hat there. It's going to put those medals on to the runners-up of 2026 Legacy Cup. Quite the improvement for the Bay Breakers. Last year, third place, improving into second. Get some hardware to take home to that West Coast for them. See that trophy. It is a handmade trophy by Amy Root. She has big roots here in the Glendale area. Longtime Old Girls player, played for Glendale as well. And there are many names that they've had over the years, but really has played for Denver for a long time. Handcrafted that medal trophy. A great season for the Bay Breakers. Hannah Stobel, of course, wanted to take the trophy home, but what a performance their side had. 24-17, that final score. Got within 7 of the defending champions. There's Paris Hart on the medical roster tonight, so not on the 23, but gets to travel with the side just in case there is an injury while they're here. Hart has been sensational all season long. Really had come on and off the bench and was always a super replacement for the Bay Breakers. Don't like seeing that. Mike Tonga coming over with a bit of assistance. Hopefully that's just the wear and tear of the season and nothing serious. The Bay Breakers, second place here at the 2026 Legacy Cup. They end the season 14-7 overall and 8-3. There's the coaches. Finley and now Hannah Stolba will take the medal, maybe begrudgingly. She'll be so proud of her side, but can't always help wanting a bit more. The Bay Breakers, second place in the WER. Congratulations to them. And the ever-persistent message of the season.
And down here with me is Captain E. Bailey. I know that your fans want to hear from you more than they want to hear from me. What's your message to the fans that came out today?
We're so grateful for you, and we couldn't have done it without you. Everyone that has been here to support us, we appreciate you guys so much.
And what are you guys building down here in Denver, right? That's 2 times now that you're the Legacy Cup winners. What does it mean to kind of start this program here in the United States?
Well, first off, this is a brand new team. It's way different from the one last year. Last year we had a bunch of Eagles on this team. Now we have a bunch of young kids on this team. We've started a Legacy Cup. We started that legacy.
Legacy Cup, congratulations to you and the Denver Onyx. You won it at home, and I can tell you that all of your friends are pretty excited about that one. Go ahead and celebrate.
Yes, thank you.
What a season it's been for Bailey. We're going to now see gold medals put across the necks of the Denver Onyx. Bailey, captain most of the season. She's a capped Eagle as well, 6 caps for her. She had 2 tries on the season, was with the Denver Onyx last year when they won. But it's really come into her own on this Denver Onyx side. You can see the pink pony, the hats are out. They'll close out the 2 years of the WER with a record of 19-2. Pretty sensational across the board. Only 2 losses in their franchise history. Good to see Slaughter up and walking around. Hope that knee's all right. We're getting closer to our trophy lift. Gonna want to stay with us here on the Women's Sports Network. You can see that lift. It'll be the 2nd time that Denver Onyx lifts it in the WER era. And they'll do it at home. A little extra special feeling on that. To be able to do it in front of your hometown crowd. Always the desired outcome. Amy Valenta, longtime Met, getting a medal as well, well-deserved. Now it comes to Shabbat. Will the medal go over the hoodie? That's the question. It does. There are your 2026 Legacy Cup champions, the Denver Onyx, the Pink Pony Club. What a season it's been for this Denver Onyx side. The first loss, round 1, just wiped off the sheet once they figured out how to get past everybody, winning all those matches, 40 points. We're gonna throw it down to Darian, who's with our player of the match.
It's my nickname.
And welcome down here, player of the match, everybody, Allie Cunningham. We have to know, Linguini, where does that come from? What's the origin story?
It was from KB. It's because of my long legs.
And the long legs were part of the reason why you got player of the match. I mean, your field vision and your ability to finish was incredible. But what does it mean to get player of the match with this team, the Denver Onyx?
I mean, it means everything. I mean, this whole team behind me, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Well, congratulations on player of the match. Job well done.
A runner-up last year, Allie Cunningham with the New York Exiles, now a champion with the Denver Onyx. She makes history tonight. The salute. Here comes the champagne. I see it on the sideline getting ready. Slaughter's got a dud. Let's see if he can't get it open. She's going to try to break it on the ground. But what a celebration for the Denver Onyx. Back-to-back champions for the first time ever in the WER. Maybe still working on it. She's going to get that cork open. She's going to celebrate with the champagne. Just don't cut yourself in the process, Slaughter. There it is. Heard it. Now we can celebrate officially. That's a story for the ages, the determination to celebrate. The Denver Onyx have been sensational this year, so strong. Scored the most points in the league. Kept the most points out as well. They're spectacular on defense. Less than 250 points allowed in, which was less than anybody else. They are your 2026 Legacy Cup champions. What a night it's been. Close out our broadcast on the Women's Sports Network. Denver Onyx successful in defending the championship. They become back-to-back 2026 Legacy Cup champions, winning this one over the Bay Breakers 24-17. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Winnie Young, Darian Lovelace. We appreciate you tuning in on the Women's Sports Network.
I don't sweat, nah, I shimmer, shimmer. I wanna get them hot, so the shiver.